Hello and welcome to ESFL Gaming, UFL 3, Zyaf versus Bayliun. This is the premier competition award for UFC Gaming, and we are live. My name is Ruthless Omni, your play-by-play host, and alongside me is Boiler, my co-commentator and fight analyst. Boiler, how are you doing today?
What's up, buddy? Man, I'm ready for some virtual fights, some virtual violence. It's going to be a good night.
That's excellent, and I'm with you as well. So coming together right now, we're going to take a look at who's fighting tonight, and then we'll get right into the action. What do you think?
Man, it's a great card from top to bottom. I mean, we got a crazy 5-round fight at the top, but a lot of ESFL talent, as well as up-and-coming guys who want to really make it to the next level. So it's going to be a good card.
I'm excited. And who are you most excited to see, if I may ask?
I mean, you got the main event. You got Zyaf, who I've faced in the ESFL. You got Bayliun, the king of commentary. Does a great job. Just that fight itself would be worth tuning in. But personally, Rayan, I've gone against him once in ranked, and he steamrolled me. So really? I want to see if he can keep it rolling. He had a good appearance in the ESFL, and he's rolling. So that co-main's looking juicy. But we got a few other really good ones if we're looking through the card here. You know, Pressure and Kaan. Owl-wise Gaming and Gavin, so pretty much every fight has some meaning to it for sure.
Absolutely, and just talking for Kaan, the one known as the Cheese King, as he comes to call himself as he comes along in my stream. I'm rooting for that boy right there, but CTT Pressure, definitely no one to mess around with the guy's hands, and it certainly is somebody that is looking to make a statement here tonight.
That CTT group just coming out, right? Canadian top team, is that correct? Or am I off on that?
It's Canadian top team. You're absolutely correct.
Okay.
And looking up at our main lineup here, we see, you know, going from the top of the card to the bottom. We're starting with OG Bulldog versus Team Sticky Fingers. I like the rapper Sticky Fingers, but can you tell me a little bit about these competitors here, bud?
Take a real quick look at the scout report. Thanks to everyone who put this together. We got Bulldog, a rising star in the UFL and the ESFL, undefeated, ranked 19 in the ESFL. So this is a top 20 ESFL guy debuting on the UFL card, kind of like that first big live show tonight. So that just shows the type of talent on the card. Sticky Fingers, late coming in, replacement, but stepping up. He's 3-1 in the UFL, so he might be late coming in, late replacement and whatnot, but he's not messing around. So both of them, real even matchup, it looks like.
He's really looking to prove himself worthy to move up into the ESFL, trying to get on a Saturday fight card. Good for that dude. And next fight, you know, as we mentioned before, Kaan versus CTT Pressure. How's that looking?
We got another top-level thing here. We got, Canadian top team first off, and everybody knows Pressure. That's in the community for sure. Another scrap. Got some good kickboxing ground game. But Kaan, the Cheese Master, or was that his exact nickname? We'll have to
he likes his cheese, man. He likes the Gouda. I don't know.
Cheese. He's like Colby. He just comes right at it. You know, he's not afraid to call it as it is. So, hey, maybe that's on EA to get the game in the right spot. Maybe that's his attitude. We'll see how Pressure handles that. Well, definitely going to be interesting.
Absolutely. Currently is 0-1. And looking up, you know, the third fight, and we'll kind of return to this later. But Owl-Wise Gaming and Gavin T190 1996. Good year, best year. Kurt Angle won with a broken freaking neck. The Olympics there for America. Tell me a little bit about that, bud.
I mean, just another one of those high-level games right there. Another high-level fight. Owl-Wise Gaming, another ESFL veteran, recently competed there. Wants to show that he belongs there. But just because the UFL is a feeder league doesn't mean anything. People want to compete. People want to win here, too.
Absolutely.
We got, of course, Gavin. He got a big win recently as well. He wants to beat everybody. Have at it. Wants to prove that he belongs in the fight community at large.
Completely agree. Couldn't said it better myself. And going on to the 4-fight card, which is What Luck and Valianos? Is that's how you say it?
Valianos. Another short notice replacement. We got a lot of people. Look, you want to sign up for these. You may not get on the card immediately, but be prepared if you're a reserve. Got another one of those, undefeated. Wants to shot the UFL title. on a roll in the ESFL. That's for What Luck. Valianos, I said it totally different than last time, but an up-and-comer, ranked 13 in the UFL. It's just like the common theme. Wants to prove that he's worth being here, as well as ESFL.
Alrighty, coming on to the co-main event is Rayan versus CTT Bugsy. And you mentioned earlier that Rayan, he kind of gave you a little bit of a beatdown on ranked beforehand. Tell me a little bit about this guy.
So a couple weeks ago, I was Romero, he was Souza. Came in, he just came fast and furious. I think in the commentary, in the chat, they were saying Rayan Liebex, like Swiss Liebex's cousin or something with that type of pressure. So he definitely beat me down. I couldn't get a shot off when he was Souza. Great fight there. So we'll see what Bugsy can do. CTT, another Canadian, the top team. I fought Bugsy. I forgot how our fights went, to be honest, but he's definitely solid, top level stuff. Wants to be a UFL belt holder, though, so he's looking here to maybe become one of those top contenders, or maybe even get a title shot.
Exactly, looking for to make it out of statements. And finally, the main event. You're looking at the reigning UFL champion, Zayaf, versus Bayliun.
The one and only. Which one am I talking about? Well, really, there is only one and only Zayaf. There's only one and only Bayliun as well. Zayaf handed me a defeat in the ESFL. That was a great fight as well. This kid, he's becoming a well-known name in the community, not just for his fight style, but also his video editing and a lot of other cool stuff. So big-time fight for him to defend that belt. Bayliun, not much else I could say. He's the man. Great commentator. Go check out his channels. He plays a lot of other games, too. Question is, has he been focusing enough on UFC 4 to bring it to Zayaf? Has he been playing a lot of other games, getting a little unfocused? And we'll find out what's he been doing behind closed doors.
For sure. I think that experience and that consistency in gaming will definitely shine through. Bayliun not afraid of getting under the spotlight and demonstrating some skills. So that right there is that's our fight card, and I think really stacked card here. Again, I'm really excited to see Kaan and CTT Pressure, both of which are going to be absolutely bangers of fights. But as of right now, it does look like we are ready to go for this the first matchup: OG Bulldog and Team Sticky Fingers. Again, if anybody played Def Jam Fight for New York, that's where I learned Sticky Fingers from. That dude can rap. He can rap. I'm not gonna lie, the dude can rap. We'll see about these gentlemen getting up right away. We're coming at you in the middleweight division. Looks as though right now OG Bulldog hovering over that Robert Whittaker pick. Team Sticky Fingers, he's I guess looking at Uriah Faber, and that would be an interesting matchup. You know, picking a 5.5 star and balanced of Robert Whittaker and Uriah Hall Faber. My God,
that would be an interesting matchup, Whittaker and Faber. But also a good job.
It had to happen.
Time is now. Let's see who he chooses.
Oh boy. We'll see if he's gonna pick. If he can pick Uriah Faber, then I'm not wrong. But he's hovering over Uriah Hall right now. So we'll see what he kind of goes with here. And Nick Diaz pick. The man's got confidence in his striking, and I'll tell you right now, it is not UFC 3. Nick Diaz, if you use him, you need some skill. That dude, especially in the middleweight division, is not as great as he once was, and that might just be me. But for sure, we'll have to see how Team Sticky Fingers kind of comes and approaches OG Bulldog. And this is a PS4 card, by the way. So let's see what we got here.
I saw they were 0-0 against each other, so they never come up against each other in rank, never sparred, it looks like, unless under some other card. So we'll see. Here they go.
Absolutely. And so the glove touch. Ooh, nice few jabs here. Oh, he's already looking for the clinch here, Team Sticky Fingers, and it looks like he just got a takedown real quick. He's in stat guard here.
Nice.
He's stacking.
He's throwing down already. Already beating right through him.
Absolutely, and that right there was a good get up. He went to the left here to get up. We are seeing a little bit of skipping here, but nice clinch coming from OG Bulldog, and he gets the single. He gets the single.
Fair play with that dump, and now he's on top, ground and pound again.
Yeah, ground and pound. Still one of those. Still a great optimal element here, and nice denial from the left side coming from OG Bulldog, and he is just looking to posture up and pound Diaz right now, and that is excellent. Again, he goes for rubber guard. He gets it this time, Mr. Team Sticky Fingers does. And now...
That's trouble. He's going over. That's a big, big mistake. But he's going off the cage. He's trying to get that flip. He got it. He saw that coming. That's not the first game he's ever
and now he
made.
transitioned to the top mount. And, oh, that was very good. Very fighter IQ being high, knowing that he can get that full guard transition. Not very common here for many people to know that. So that shows some skill. He denies the transition to rubber guard, and he goes into half guard. He's pounding the body a bit, and this is excellent. And here goes there he goes into top mount, and now he's postured up, and he's landing some bombs.
You're in trouble. And he's trying to move his head, but he's going right into the hook, and he's getting right down the middle, too.
Now he's a little bit of trouble, but if you take a look at that stamina from Bulldog, he did wear himself out, and now it allows him to flip him over with a great reversal. Excellent. Excellent job. Absolutely, and now postured up is Team Sticky Fingers. He does get pulled back down. He doesn't do any lot of significant damage here. Bulldog, what are you thinking so far? Wow, Boiler, Bulldog. I'm sorry.
What? I don't know who wanted to go to the ground, but all I know is Whitaker said, look, you want to bring it to the ground, we're going to do that. And we got a Diaz reversal. So they're both just scrapping. I expected the stand-up war all around, but we're going to see some good grappling, too. Very dynamic. We'll see how this plays out. Got about a minute 20 left on the first round.
Absolutely. So from what I'm seeing right now, I'm at a minute and 10. My stream is acting a little bit funky right now, so I'll ask you for you to take a little bit of it. But what I'm seeing right now is, he just transitioned lovely into the half guard. He's really trying to get that grapple meter up, but I can see from what I'm seeing here, right, within this play-by-play, Team Sticky Fingers being a little impatient here, but it pays off, and he goes for a half guard transition from bottom, and that's excellent. He gets it, but again, he gets pushed back into the half guard position. Of both of these competitors not being very patient right now, but again, postured up from the opponent, and he is Team Sticky Fingers going back up.
Run again. Now the question is he gassed himself out as Diaz you'd expect or not? It looks like it's pretty even on the stamina, but that was a damn even round, to be honest. Hard to score, especially whether you're commentating or not.
Right, and as you can see here, you look and you see, he got the hook off as the clinch landed, and it's showing that Robert Whitaker landed some knees right to the body inside of the clinch here. Both of these gentlemen went at each other rather ferociously, and they ended up doing ground war, which is very surprising. Nick Diaz's ground bottom is very good, but
takedowns out of the clinch. They just went for that little ankle pick, dumped them over, both of them.
Both of them were doing those ankle picks. And so now that we're going into the round 2, it's going to be very interesting to see if Sticky Fingers is going to be able. Oh, and he goes for the front kick and gets caught, but nothing happens of it. Nothing happens with the knee. And now he's looking to try to use his hands and separate the distance. And that was Vintage. And he came in and did the jab front push, and he did not get it, but he landed that lovely rock there on Team Sticky Fingers and denies the takedown. Stuffs the takedown, and he continues to go forward, and he is he's giving him a little bit of this work here, Boiler.
He's pushing the action. I really don't think they're going to be going back to the ground. That may totally blow up in my face, but I think they're supposed to be staying on the feet, throwing some heavy hands, and it looks like clinch knees all day too. So I don't think they'll go back to the ground. That's my prediction.
From right now, here comes the uppercuts. Here comes the uppercuts. And right now, Bulldog is pressing the action a little bit. One of the things I would like to see coming from both of these gentlemen, I like the evasiveness there that Bulldog showed. And Team Sticky Fingers, he's trying to put the pressure on him like any Nate Diaz would. But he is getting caught.
He's getting caught up now, getting pieced up slowly but surely.
Absolutely. And the thing about this, right, and what we can see here, he did again up, and you were wrong, and here comes the
there goes my prediction of the Flames, like my parlays on Sunday for the NFL.
Oh boy. So right now he denied the full guard transition from side control. He did get into top mount, but it yields no results as Nate Diaz is on the bottom. He does have a top jiu-jitsu. Oh, and here comes the driver.
Wow, that was unexpected.
Absolutely. From Robert Whitaker pick as well, but it does look like they're skipping around a little bit, and what are you doing? Follow him. But I'm sorry. But anyway, so Team Sticky Fingers is getting out fairly easily, even though he has lower stamina, and it looks like he's going to be able to escape. But this is good for Team Sticky Fingers. He has him in his full guard. That's a very dangerous position, Boiler.
No, with any Diaz, it's just bad trouble down there. The question is I guess Whitaker's going to stay here. Is Bulldog going to get up, or is he going to stay here? I think he's happy for him to do some more ground and pound, it looks like. He's not worried about that rubber guard, I guess.
Oh! And that was excellent. What an excellent sweep. What an excellent sweep from Nick Diaz. And Nick Diaz going up, Team Sticky Fingers, and he denies the get up. And this right here could be a problem for Robert if he were to go for a sub, and he did not. But he did not react. And he did not capitalize on the opportunity he had. He is going right now back to top mat. Will he capitalize? But again, Robert Whitaker, IQ, saying he's not going to deny me. I'm going to go and get out of the half guard. And he has, and he's done it numerous times. And there you go. Right now, he gets a block his factor up. And he gets up.
Survival, good stuff on both ends, to be honest. Obviously, my prediction was thrown out the window. But another pretty heavily contested, somewhat even round. Who do you give it to?
I would give that over to Bulldog there, and the reason is because earlier in the round he got a rock, and that rock came off of Vintage Ed Parker feint front push kick, and he also pushed the pace of the action. He took him down, and he was dominating within the ground and pound. What do you got?
Absolutely, no, that definitely makes sense, and we know the judges in this game really heavily favor damage, so that rock, like you said, could have won it alone.
Exactly. So right now we're coming up to the third and final round. Let's see how they go out. There's going to be a filling out process, and there's not. Immediately a double jab coming over and a taunt from Bulldog. Oh boy!
Right at the clinch. He's up. Yes, he's up. Taking on a chin on the way up though.
He did go for he went for a lead hook, uppercut hook, and he misses. And now another miss from a front kick attempt from Team Sticky Fingers. I'm just gonna call him Sticky. And now, right, and looks like Robert Whitaker is getting his head health damage, and he's trying to brawl here. He's trying to brawl.
Dangerous. Something I've noticed in UFC 4, your head health regenerates much more slowly than UFC 3. So if you take a couple big shots, you need to disengage, not run right back in there. You're risking a big rock.
And I was like, oh! And as you say that, a wonderful string combination. He is putting on the pressure. He has hit him in the body. Oh my goodness! And a return to center, he says, with a lead hook. Oh, and that's not going to be good. He's going at the body. He's going at the body, but he did get caught with an uppercut there. He needs to be careful, as you were mentioning. That head health is not as significant of healing from UFC 3. And the rock, and he knocks him down. And he looks like he's going for this finish, and he gets it.
That's it. Great fight. Great way to put emphasis on this. We're not going to the judges. We're not going to the scorecards. I'm getting that knockout, baby.
Absolutely. And you know what's really good and what was interesting about this fight? And to be honest, I apologize. My stream was kind of ticking back and forth, so I appreciate the patience. But what was interesting about the fight, right, was that you made a Nick Diaz pick. You made the bold pick of picking a 3.5 star against a 4.5 star pick.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him necessarily execute on Nick Diaz's pressure abilities. He's a boxer. He's gonna come at you. He's looking to beat you in the body. He's looking to wear your stamina out, and he's looking to have push the pace with high cardio, high action. And he kind of got into more brawling situations and not in a striking situation with Robert Whitaker. And at points it worked, but it did ultimately lead to his demise. And right now, Boiler. That's that for this. That's that for this round.
I think you brought up a really good point that you need to fight to your fighter's strengths. I think that's more important than ever in UFC 4. You have to use the move levels and the types of moves that work best for your fighter. For example, T. Wood, you better throw that right hand every time, or at least throw some strikes like he did not do this past weekend. You got to find what his 4-star, 5-star strikes are. Use those. Use that pressure. I'm not sure about the wrestling, but going against Whitaker, wrestling like that, that's playing with fire. But great fight overall.
Absolutely, and I mean taking a big look into, did something happen to my audio? Are you still talking?
Still here? Are you here?
Oh, there you go. Great. Perfect. Never mind. Sorry about that. So overall, I mean, it was a good action. It was a good first round. A good fight. For the first fight that we had. I wish, and I'm a ground specialist, right? And anybody who's watched my stream knows that I go for subs. I push the pace with aggressive ground and some pressure striking when need be. But overall, when I see people that are kind of just going back and forth, they're making denies, and nobody's really staying patient and waiting, it is a little disappointing. To stay in a spot for a little bit, build your grappling advantage, ensure that you're going to get that transition before just going for it. Yeah, there are some people that are really good at denying regardless of your grapple transitions. Play it safe from time to time. You really can risk a lot if you mess up and you're against a high-level competitor who knows how to sub. But we're going on to the next fight here. We have the Cheese Machine.
Okay.
Kaan going against CTT Pressure, former TI Pressure. And they're fighting each other in the light heavyweight division, sir.
That's interesting. We haven't seen too many light heavyweight fights, and I've watched essentially every ESFL card and most UFLs. Not very many John Bones Jones picks as well. Looks like Kayshawn's might be hitting with that JBJ. We might see DC on the other side. I guess we'll have to see what they finally select and lock in. Yep, we're getting that old rivalry right now, it looks like.
Absolutely. And again, so a big part about this, right? And somebody who's played both of these guys, lost and beaten both of these guys at one point, Pressure is really going to be looking to go and use what his name is, Pressure, striking IQ. Kayshawn is a great grappler, and Kayshawn's going to come at you with a clinch strikes, and he can strike. He can strike. It's very interesting pick that he picked somebody as long and lanky as John Jones, in my opinion, knowing how they both fight. But let's get this going as we begin fight number 2.
Here we go. Starting off, I mean, Jones is just a great pick no matter what because of his ratings, but I will defer to you in terms of what's better for his style. DC is damn powerful, though, and Jones is not using any distance management. He's going straight for that clinch.
Oh, and he goes for the guillotine, and he grabs it right away. Oh, my God, the Cheese King not holding back.
All right, escape his way. Chain. That's a quick escape. There's the chain.
This could be quick. This could be it. He escapes. Wow, that was a close one. That is the danger of fighting John Jones in general, because you know what? In real life, he's done it. I don't hate on it when you're a John Jones pick and you pull out that guillotine. He's done it.
Absolutely. I was trying to say, if there's one person that should do that in the game, it would be John Jones himself. So that was not cheese in my book. He's Jones in that.
No, he's just using John Jones. So right now, the big thing about this, and I'll tell you, John Jones is a great grappler, and he does have good striking. But with John Jones, you're not really looking to use hooks. You're looking to use his elbows and his knees. And he genuinely, his Muay Thai, you are looking to pressure. And again, he's going for the guillotine choke, and he messes up. But with DC, you are looking to come forward and use his shorter arms to make it happen. That was an excellent single leg deny from a low one, and he taunts him. The man has no respect. No respect, Boiler. No respect at all.
Question. Jones is obviously coming forward, trying to secure the clinch. Will Pressure be able to slip his head, get away from the clinch, and or punish him with hooks on the inside? That's what we're looking at right here. That's what Kayshawn's looking for, is this clinch all day. Is the shorter fighter who naturally should be able to work the clinch well going to be able to do that?
And I think that, and what I'll tell you right now is that you see Pressure is continuously going for these takedowns. I would abandon that idea at this point, and I would be waiting for your opponent to come forward. But then again, I think the clinch work is right now making him very weary. But I do believe that he's fighting the John Jones fight well. He just needs to start throwing more elbows. And he went for a double uppercut. Pressure's pulling no pressure. There you go. I can't stand the double uppercut.
But fire, man. Sometimes these clinchers, they're clinching you. You got to clinch them first. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire.
Exactly, but you see how Kayshawn's planting his feet, and because he knows that that Pressure's trying to push him back there. That's why he clinched him a bit. He did go for a 1-2 there. It just hits the block of Pressure. Pressure now pushing him against the cage, and he goes for hit toss, and that was a late deny. One good late deny there from Kayshawn. He was really just trying to take him down, but a double uppercut attempt from Pressure, and now here comes some more knees, and he looks for the guillotine. He does not get it, Boiler.
Escapes and Belay's a big body. Gavin, he's hurt bad. Jones is down.
And this right here is what Pressure's known for. He gets off a great combo in the middle of your action when you least expect it. He's continuously wearing on his opponent. I mean, just by the end of the way that round looked, I'd give that to Pressure. I mean, he got the rock at the end there. I do think that Kayshawn did push the pace in that fight with the clinch work. What are you thinking?
No, that rock and that knockdown is what made all the difference. Early on, we had huge pressure from Kayshawn in that clinch, but that knockdown makes a big difference. But we're already second round. Here we go. I don't think anyone's going to be standing for a decision. We'll find out.
Exactly. And that was a good one, too, that lands securely from pressure to John. And here's the thing that we really want to take a look at, right? The stamina. The stamina right now, pressure, as he is coming around and he's starting to throw punches because he recognized that the block of Jones was getting weaker. The block of Jones is getting weaker at this point because of the power from Cormier, but that is terrible. That is not good but he's aware at this point. He's been going for this coach so much.
He's not falling for that, but that opens him up for other, knees of the body in particular.
Absolutely, and that was a great reversal, and now he's looking to break the block with the uppercuts, and as pressure does, and he just completely sidesteps his clinch attempt. It was a very good sidestep. And now here's the thing. Now in this back, I love this position, right? And I'll tell you why. A big part of it is that it's a mind game. If you know that they're going to block up, you go for a takedown. If you know they're going to go for a takedown, you go for a box sit. Again, that was a great takedown.
Very nice. Very nice. DC puts him on his butt. He's got the stamina advantage as well, and he's up top throwing heavy hooks. I don't care if you're John Jones. You got DC on top of you. These are heavy.
Absolutely, my friend. And the thing about this is in pressure did not give up on the takedown attempts.
True,
he just and a big part about that is he waited for the opportunity, and that was a great deny. That transition right there, if you mess up, that's going to be an instant that's instant gratification for the opponent. He's just going to get you and reverse it right into full guard. But here we go. He's looking to try to mix it up here. Kayshawn is, and he denies it, and that was terrible.
Yeah, he knew that momentum transition was coming, stuffed it. Got 2 full minutes left as well, and a big stamina advantage for pressure. This could be real ugly real quick.
Absolutely. So pressure at this point, can you give us a little bit of a rundown here of the styles, the differences that you're seeing here?
I mean, like you said, pressure stuck to his guns and kept going for those takedowns, going for those ankle picks, got it down, and you got to remember, Kayshawn came out really aggressive early on. Came out with the clinch here and there. Cormier knocked him down. We have a massive stamina difference now. Look at that stamina bars. Just look at that. And look, somehow he gets a late scramble. I don't know how he did that. But Kayshawn is definitely at a stamina disadvantage and looking potentially to get knocked out if he takes a big shot. Cormier here.
Absolutely. And I think, and again, as we mentioned before, he's not falling for this attempt. Nope, and I think pressure right now would be good to just kind of work on the body, stay away from him. He's going for a bunch of punch attempts and just make him miss and make him pay for it.
Absolutely.
I mean, this right here is just fighting IQ 101. And that was a beautiful takedown and a simple takedown. Nothing fancy there. No denial. No grapple denial to getting up there. That was excellent.
Underrated in this game, the psychological game. Just taking your opponent down at the very end is just insult to injury to the mind of your opponent. So I love that takedown right there.
Absolutely. And the thing about this, right, is what was lacking in UFC 3 and what's in UFC 4 right now is that psychological advantage that you can have. And he completely tries to fake the glove touch. Kayshawn, the cheese coming at him, man. I tell you.
Yeah, cheese with cheese. Triple clinch attempt. I like it.
He's trying so hard, but again, he's not falling for this standing guillotine choke. He got it in the first, and I think that
he ducked it. Beautiful front kick, slipped it over the top of the right hand. Oh man!
Oh my goodness! And that is a knockout, folks. Holy shit!
Over. Great way to put an emphasis on that. Guess what? Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's a very big candidate. That might be knockout of the night. We've still got several fights to go. That was beautifully timed. And in the third round when he really needed that. Obviously, he started to get some of that momentum later on in the second round, but you don't want to bring that to the judges' scorecard. So perfect slip, perfect right hand, beautiful.
And right now, just going back and forth with you, Kayshawn, Cheese King, unfortunately, was dethroned. Pressure showing that he can push the pace as well within the clinch. Overall, I think the striking advantage came very well and very early on from the Daniel Cormier pick. Yep. I understand John Jones has good striking in this game, but you have to use him like a John Jones does. You have to kick them in the legs. Oh my gosh, I always
try to fight like John Jones at the very end with low stamina, with a lazy, unfortunate front kick, and guess what he got? Popped in the mouth.
Popped right in the map, and from a lovely slip hook. Overall, I mean, he you're looking for oblique kicks, you're looking for the knees, you're looking for the elbows. You want them to walk into you so you can land a spinning elbow, an elbow to the face, and you have to mix it up with them. And don't be afraid to do that. I understand that people, they're like, oh, you're knee spamming or your elbow spamming. This is an MMA fight, and if my fighter has the advantage of using knees and elbows, I'm coming at you with them. And that overall, I think, would have been the deciding difference. And but excellent performance with both.
Big respect and pressure for handling those guillotine attempts. I mean, he got caught in one. I think he's denied 7 or 8 thereafter, and he weathered the storm literally. And look what happened at the end.
Right, and I think that right there shows the fighter IQ that both of these gentlemen have. And overall, tonight, pressure got the better of them. Good fight to both of them. We're moving on to the next fight with Owlwise Gaming and Gavin T1996. I'm just going to call the guy Gavin.
There you go.
And I'm going to call the other guy Owl. Gavin
versus Owl. Here we go. It looks like lightweight, huh? They're scheduled a lightweight. We got Gaethje and Ferguson. I guess we'll see which one they picked. Have you fought either of these gentlemen? I have not.
If I have, I probably I'll be honest, and I say this humbly, I probably beat them. But not in a like a dick way. I'm just saying in general, like if I don't remember your name and you haven't made it on my list, I apologize. You can come to my stream and challenge me. That's fine if I upset you here. But overall,
you guys heard it. You want to shut Ruthless out?
Go to my stream. You can do it, bud. I challenge you. Go for it. I, for one, love the Tony Ferguson pick. His boxing is great. His cardio is a 98, and the guy's got such great wrestling and jiu-jitsu. It's unbelievable how many times I end people by getting them to back sitting with the takedown and an armbar. And here comes, we're going to go with sign of respect here from the Connor pick.
Definitely. Well, that's where Tony wants to take us. I mean, I'm not saying he can't fight on the feet against Connor and have success, but much better if he gets in that ground position, let alone gets Connor's back. Let's see what kind of strategy Gavin employs here.
Oh. I think I'm going to refresh my stream.
All right.
But go ahead, take it away, Boiler, for now.
Got it. So we got Tony with a takedown attempt. Brings it to the floor, but Connor stops it. Can't take him down to guard. Nice side step with a 3-piece there after. Pretty much, feeling each other out. Pretty good violence, but nothing too crazy except a jumping kick there. That wasn't too bad.
Right, and excellent. So overall, and this is terrible. And he taunts him. He's using this Tony Ferguson very well. He's going for hooks and he's going from random shots, and it was awesome, that head movement. Just to make note of earlier what had happened as I was entering the stream, he bailed on the single leg, got into over-under, and with the over-under, he went to pull him down with R1 and X and R1 and square. Oh, that was an excellent. He tries to do it twice. I think Owl is overdoing it right now with these.
Owl is overdoing it. I wouldn't expect him to have any nerves since he's fought in the ESFL. He's fought in other great places in UFL as well, but we're finding out if he's got nerves or what's going on. Very aggressive.
Yeah, and so overall, I mean, Gavin showed his fighter IQ by ducking and landing a lovely combo. And the fighter IQ from Owl is there as well, because he was able to block that the pull guard attempt by holding R2, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. And so that's excellent that it shows you're studying the game. He's looking to get that rushing hook. Gavin is. He's really trying to land off of these missed.
Both of these guys throw, to be honest, a little sloppy, a little too aggressive, but neither of them countering the other, so they're both getting some big whips. But no one's punishing the other guy yet. There's a takedown off of a big miss. That's good for Tony. He's got 3 minutes to work with. Nice
and that was an awesome denial. Excellent denial. And the thing about this, right, is now this is where you want to be with Tony Ferguson and a Conor McGregor pick. But Absolutely. Don't underestimate Conor on the ground. If he does not deny this posture up attempt, then he could be in a lot of trouble. But he doesn't go for it. He goes for an arm triangle. He's trying to pull a ruthless right now, and he is trying to get the submission. So let's see if he can do that, and let's see if he can handle it. So far, right now, it looks like it's going to be
easy. It looks like, yep. But the time's still ticking. He's still going to have more than 2 minutes to work with when he's out of this. So as long as there's no position exchange, which I don't think there will be. Nope, just as I say that, he starts to step over, but he's out.
And this right here is where you do not want to be within this position of the arm triangle. But he's just going for it. Owl, I don't think, has the ground IQ that he needs. Oh! And as I say that, but he went through and Gavin showing his fighter IQ, looking for a crucifix. He just gets it. He gets it with no issue. And now he's in side saddle, and it looks like Owl's going to try to block the try to get that, and he's going to probably go to sprawl here. As I said that, and there he goes. Yeah, and now he's just really panicking right now. He needs to stop panicking because he's really leaving himself open.
He's gonna get choked here with Tony like that, losing that stamina just as I caught it. I don't know where we go. It's a race.
A Peruvian necktie right now, and this right here, it's very interesting.
The even race right now. I'm seeing the blue bar slightly grow. Is Gavin gonna be able to make it? I like this sub mini game. It gets intense. You can hear the breath. You can hear the circulation growing on. We're losing it. We're losing it.
Okay, so but here's the thing. Right now, Gavin has such a big bar. He just needs to calm down. Start mixing up something and done.
Tap.
And Gavin T with the Peruvian necktie on the man. Owl-wise, gaming. Excellent finish. Shows his round IQ. Owl, that's a hole. That's a hole in your game, son. And you really need to fix that because you can be good within the hands, but if you cannot deny getting taken down, and you get taken down and get choked out like that, you get beat up, buddy.
It's tough with those bright lights out on, and you got to take your opponent is a tough hombre, obviously. But look, you got to relax sometimes. If you're in that bad position, you're in sprawl. Don't rush. Don't let your stamina get near zero. Or his stamina was so low because he rushed a little too quickly. Tony with great denial puts him into that submission. A valiant effort to get out. He looked like he had a chance, but really cinched it at the end. Beautiful, beautiful submission.
Excellent work here from from Tony Ferguson, Gavin T, 1996. Excellent job for him coming through. That's a round of applause for me. He did me justice. I love Tony Ferguson as a pick, and that was an excellent, excellent round.
Very nice.
Yeah. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, Boiler, on that one?
You know, you just gotta play to your strengths, and when you're in an area where either you don't feel like you're a very competent player, or obviously your character doesn't have the greatest stats, you got to be a little calmer. He could have stayed there and waited in that sprawl position, tried to deny, could have even gone for a stand-up. Your grapple advantage grows as you're in that position, in that submissive sprawl position. Could have, he panicked a little, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Went a little too hard, a little too quick, opened up for that sub, and it was such a close submission race that even just a little bit of stamina would have made all the difference. So, hey, man, every fight you learn something from, especially those losses. I've got a lot of losses in my book, so we'll learn from that, and he'll be back stronger, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So right now we are halfway through this event here, and we're going to go over the rest of the fight card and what we've seen and what we're going to see. So let's get started right now. And first fight, Boiler.
So coming up, we're going to have What Luck, I suppose that's how his name, versus Valianos. These are the two names we're having the most trouble with. But again, we're having a kind of a short notice fight, a second short notice fight here in the UFL for What Luck. Undefeated, though.
Come to the show if you're going to sign up. Go ahead.
Well, absolutely. 2 points to that. But the positive is if you want to be a reserve, you can always get your shot. Be ready to go, just like the real shows out there. Be ready. May get called up. Valianos, up-and-comer, again, ranked 13 in the UFL, wants to work towards being a competitor in the ESFL, but really work towards a championship here in the UFL. And we're seeing a common thread there. People want to make it to the ESFL, want to make it to the big times, but the UFL has tons of great fighters here. There's only so much room at the ESFL. But guess what? People respect the UFL strap. People respect the champion and the tough fights here at the UFL. So, hey, man, you can make a career in the UFL as well.
I loved how you said the UFL strap. That was pretty cool. Going to the fifth fight, we got Rayan and CTT Bugsy, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And now this is another Canadian top team the player, the former TI players, if I'm not mistaken. Rayan is going to be he's the top ESFL player, he's the top UFL competitor, and he fought for the belt but came up short last time. And as we discussed before, he's apparently a menace on ranks. Someone said he was a cousin of Swiss Lipix. I mean, I don't know what that means, but but overall, good for him that he's good at the game. And then we also have CTT Bugsy, and he's looking to earn an ESFL roller to end the title. And overall, he's looking to obtain this UFL belt tonight from the winner of Zyaf or Bayliun. And this fight is the way to achieve what he wants within the ESFL network. And you know what? I can respect that. A man with ambitions looking to try to play this game to the best of his ability and get to the next level.
That's all you can do, man. Just put as much work in as you can. Have fun at the same time. It's just a game. Remember that. But if you're gonna do something, be good at it. You gotta be that way, man.
Yeah, and please, here's one thing for everybody out there. It is not a bad system. You just suck if you do not know how to use the ground game. I'm putting it out there. Be better. And practice. Do better. All right, and then can you give us a little rundown on that main event, please?
Man, this is going to be extremely interesting because, as I kind of talked about a little earlier, kind of to open the show, Bayliun, 9,000 subscribers. I'm sure he's got more when you put all of his different social media, YouTube, all that different stuff together. Well-versed in the game and very well known in the community, but has he been training? Has he been putting in those hours? You know, Zyaf has. Guaranteed Zyaf's been putting in the hours. Has Bayliun been putting in the hours? That's the question. I expect that he's coming 110% to show that he belongs not just in these leagues, but at the top, maybe even a champion. I'm
going for Zyaf. I'm just going to put it out. I think you made a great point. I think I've seen him play a lot of Skyrim, and you can't use any swords inside of the UFC, and unless you're going to be casting some kind of voodoo spell, which is the double uppercut. I think Zyaf plays this game quite often, and he's going to have an advantage. But overall, I'm not counting Bayliun out.
Yeah,
my vote's for Zyaf.
It's a fight. Anything can happen. I honestly have never seen Bayliun fight. I think I've seen him once, maybe. But I haven't seen much of him. Obviously never fought against him. So that's going to be a crazy, crazy main event for the title.
All righty.
Go for it.
So we're going on to the next fight, which is What Luck and Valianos.
There we go. We settled on Valianos.
We're going to go from there. We're going to go from there.
They're 0-0 against each other. So another kind of unfamiliar. I've noticed, some competitors will spar with one another quite often. Some don't know each other or avoid each other because they know they're going to fight eventually in one of these leagues. So interesting to see. They're fresh against
each other. Stack their ranked and they quit.
Well, that happens. I don't do that, of course. But all right, so we got a featherweight match. It looks like Aldo and Volkanovski is what they're leaning towards. Let's see what they actually lock in here.
So featherweight division, right? And that's a great pick right there. That's a 5-star striker. Jose Aldo is very dangerous inside of this game, especially if you understand how to put pressure on people, how to use his leg kicks well. Don't overdo it and just pace yourself. You're really going to put some damage on somebody, and they'll feel it, and you can go off. I'm talking go off with Jose Aldo. But he switches the pick. Oh, no, never mind.
But that right there, this is a classic matchup we see a lot.
It is. And then Holloway with a 99 cardio. The dude is absolutely just a menace.
He's just running up volcanoes in Hawaii for training or something, I guess. Hiker Holloway, right?
Right.
Here we go. So Valianos is level 90 in the game. So he's been putting in mad work. I don't know if it's just been quick fights or ranked or what's going on, but here we go. This is going to be a bloodbath. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of violence real quick, too.
And it's going to be really interesting, right, to see if to see if Valianos comes at him like a Max Holloway, switching stances. And I guess we're fighting in COVID because, boy, we have no crowd. So so he goes for a clinch right away, and he goes for double uppercuts. You cheesy mother! All right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna calm down. But overall,
no, big uppercut with the hook right behind it. Big knockdown to start the round. 30 seconds in.
Oh, it looks for an overhand because why not just overhand spam after you went and clinched them and go ahead.
But he brings him down. He wants some revenge down here. Nice, nice. All right, so what are we looking at here? A minute in, we've seen a big stand-up action, but all of a sudden we're on the ground, Aldo on top. And Brazilian, you don't want to be on the ground with a Brazilian. I don't care what their stats are.
Absolutely. I mean, he does have a high Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His ground the game, if I'm not mistaken, is a 4-star.
Turns him over, though, Max, with some man strength.
Yeah, he postures up and he gets complete, and he just stands up right now. Here goes Valianos. He just goes for a body hook and an overhand here, but he's got to kind of time those out a little better. And here comes the uppercuts of Doom from Valianos, and it good for him to use that part of the game. So Valianos is coming forward and he's just looking to break the block.
Overhand. Yeah, well, he's definitely throwing those Wow, he's connecting. I mean, Holloway is throwing just lots of volume. Aldo's running into it. He's getting some nice pivots and nice lunge away, but really he's running into shots too here. Big one lands there for Holloway as well.
Oh, what a great land. I think what Warlock would benefit from is starting to teep kick him, start push kicking him, keeping him back. And then he goes and punches him, and he throws some knees here, and it looks like he went for a takedown, but he gets denied. That was good from Valianos there to deny it, but he's going for the body with a lead body hook, and then he'll go for the overhand after a jab or two when he knows he can land it because of the block.
That was a good side step. Now, look, one of the issues with Aldo, you got to realize you're going to have a little bit of a reach disadvantage. So how are you going to deal with that? Well, if Holloway's throwing uppercuts in your face, maybe you need to back off, throw some of those kicks like you were suggesting, especially with his clinch. And he gets the clinch with the double uppercut again. Aldo's head health, look at his head health. It's slowly being chipped away here.
I think overall, I think that head movement at this point, but look at
his head, but right, maybe a teep to the body. It's hard with these when guys are clinching and putting that pressure, but you got to move vertically. You can't just go backwards. You need to throw some teep kicks. Teep kicks, nice. He is getting some nice side steps, but it's too little, too late. I mean, he's not countering off of it either.
He's just
all right. Here we go. There you go. Push kick to the cage. Into the clinch, though. See, he ran into that clinch, though. That was all right. He's still going nice to the body. Side slip. There you go. Now he's countering to the body with a side slip.
Oh, nice flying knee. And an uppercut after the belt.
That was a nice way to end the round for him.
So overall, I'm gonna point the elephant out in the room. I'm not gonna say much of it afterwards. The double uppercuts in the clinch will be removed. Please learn how to do other things. But overall, I think that it's fine. He's coming at people and he's pressuring a lot. He's using his jab overhand, and he is being the aggressor here, right?
Absolutely being the aggressor. Absolutely being the aggressor. He caught with that big uppercut early in the first 30 seconds too.
He could be push kicking him. He could be teep kicking him. He could be setting his feet and starting to strike when he comes forward. He's not doing those things. So there is a lack of the fighter IQ coming from the opposite end here from Whatluck. And if Whatluck wants to win this fight, he needs to create distance and he needs to use his legs and he needs to stop those punch attempts and he needs to stop running into the hands of Holloway here. And again,
he's beyond his bike and get out of there and counter. That's what you not have that happen where he gets caught in the pocket when Max is throwing heavy volume.
Right, and so
let's give you a adjust. He ain't so far though. Another big one catches him into the body. Great combo with Max. Instead of finishing though, he's taunting. I don't recommend that, kids. But hey, man. Oh, he capitalizes. He's not worried. He doesn't need to jump on the ground to finish him, apparently. And he does it with a nasty overhand. That was a beat down. And hey, he's taunting, but you got to stop him. He's not stopping him. That's just how it goes. Good knockout there at the end, though.
Was it? No, it was fine. It was good. He got it. Yeah, he got it. I have no words for the guy. That's it.
To be honest, I felt like Holloway had some, even though it was a lot of pressure, he put some decent combos together, and Aldo got caught. And, I know we had a couple words to say about that style, but really, I thought some of the stand-up wasn't that bad, and in particular, it was effective. And those uppercuts and those overhands, they landed. You can't take that away from them at all.
I think that maybe what gets me is that type of fighting style is very frustrating.
Yeah, it's a frustrating one for sure. It can be, but you got to stop it. You got to stop it.
It is what it is. And again, there are ways to stop it, right? You could have taken him to the ground. You could have pushed the axe in with the clinch. You could have teep kicked. You could have front push kicked. There's no other
first round, he was doing that. He was getting some distance and getting those push kicks at the end of the first round. But the second round, he went right back to him, glued feet to feet, and took some big, big, nasty shots. But good fight by both guys.
Absolutely.
Stepping up here.
Great fight. Great performance overall. And look forward to seeing who they pair up with these gentlemen next in the next card. Overall, Boiler, not so far. We're 4 fights deep. We got the co-main event coming up. This is good.
I'm having a hell of a time. Each fight's been kind of unique in its own way, right? We're seeing a lot of different stuff going on, different weight classes, different fighters, different styles and finishes. We got a sub today as well. So I'm extremely excited for this co-main that's coming up, though, man. Rayan and Bugsy. Is CTT going to be the real deal is the question. And is Rayan going to try to come back and get that title shot, get that rematch there with Zayaf, assuming Zayaf wins? We'll find out.
Overall, I can agree. I would love to say that this is what I'm really liking is that this is I like the song. I'm sorry, they didn't take away the music. What I'll tell you is this this fight right here is very intriguing to me, where we have Bugsy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against Rayan, and both Bugsy being on McGregor pick and Rayan being on the Jorge pick. He's a prestige 2 in the game with a red 13 overall. I'm expecting to see some good war here. I'm expecting to see some good action.
Well, these are top-notch competitors here. You're going to see some tight gameplay. A couple of the fights earlier, we saw a little bit of out-of-control striking, a little out-of-control grappling, a little out-of-control clinch. Not the tightest of technique. Here, I think we're going to see not just tight technique, but massive precision in the striking game. So if that happens, that's Rayan's game. Will Bugsy be able to be the matador to Rayan's bull and try to counter that and get out of the way? That's what we're going to find out right now.
I mean, all right, so we're going with that audio. Okay, cool. We're coming up, and we're about to get this fight starting right now. Rayan, and we're seeing Bugsy.
Yeah,
and they disconnected.
Connected to your phone. Get that right up. It looks like maybe we'll get a Masvidal versus Connor pick. Always got that chance to switch it at the end, but that's what they were both on at least.
Absolutely.
All right, they're getting it put together. So, quick plug. Be sure to be here Saturday, ESFL Gaming, PlayStation 4 Grand Prix. Man, I'm stoked for that. So many good fighters. The bracket is amazing. I mean, there's going to be so many good matchups all the way through. So be here, I think, 3 p.m. Eastern? Check the stats. I'm almost positive 3 p.m. Eastern this Saturday coming up. PlayStation 4 Grand Prix, going to be awesome.
So just a reminder, if you are joining the ESFL or you're going to be inside of the UFL, that you must turn off your commentary and your audio. A friendly reminder, you must turn off audio for your commentary and music. Yep. We literally, for one, if we hear commentary on it, it makes it difficult for us to kind of co-commentate against professional commentators. And for two, it's harassing, and they left the commentary on. All right. Well, I think we're still going to have a good one.
We'll leave it at that. Might have to end up muting them out. Whatever. We're going to be seeing a lot of action right in front of our faces. So hopefully you guys aren't muting the audio out there and you listen to our commentary. But even without commentary, just watching this on the screen, you're going to see a lot of action. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like we're going. Again, that Masvidal versus Connor. Masvidal on the right. McGregor in the blue corner on the left. Bugsy. The McGregor pick. Here we go.
Ooh, that was a wonderful. He's showing his fighter IQ here real quick. He's pushing feints. He did a spinning back kick and he pushed back. And he pushed back. My goodness, there we go. Rayan, he pushes him back, and both of them are showing some excellent fighter IQ with throwing these feints. And this is definitely going to be a stand-up war. We can tell right away. Definitely looking to. I believe they're going to be looking to pull off these counters and such as well, boy.
For sure. Looks like we got a 5-rounder, by the way. So,
wow.
I don't know over the last 5 rounds, but if it's a tactical matchup, you can see that. But at this point, McGregor's taking pretty big damage. We'll see. But it could definitely go beyond 3 rounds. So that could be a factor. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, so another reminder, unless you are the main event, please make sure that you are only going for about 3 rounds. That's the limit as well.
Maybe we won't see that. We'll just with that 1-2 head kick. We ain't going to the second round at this rate.
Oh, that was a wonderful slip. He recognized that he was going to go for a hook, for a straight punch there, and he leans his head out of the way of the damage, and he saves himself from a quick knockout in the first round there. But Bugsy showing that his fighter IQ is there. He blocks the up full guard transition, and now he's posturing.
I'm very impressed with how Bugsy came out. Came out hard, but he came out smart at the same time. So he's bringing the pain, but he's not falling into the trap or getting hit by Rayan's volume. In fact, Rayan's on his back foot. I don't know if I've ever seen him fight like that.
And I think it just comes with the contrasting styles, but that was an excellent lead hook there to counter the side kick missed by Bugsy there. And Bugsy's really doing well with leading into the strikes, and on making sure that when he's striking, he's within the appropriate striking distance. That's very helpful, and a nice sidestep to get out of the way of the cage so that he can start pressuring, and a wonderful
now Rayan's really starting to step forward, and Bugsy's kind of luring him in. We'll find out if that's a game he can win, but that was a nice Olay right there. Missed the 1-2. Nice little body work by Connor. So that's what you got to do against someone that really presses you. Stay on your back foot, and we'll see if Bugsy keeps that up, or maybe he'll start bringing the pressure himself. He's not afraid to get in there and slug it out.
No, not at all. And I think what's really good about this, right, is that he got caught with the high kick, and afterward, wow, he's taunted him right there. He got caught with the high kick, but I believe, taking a look at this, he's still putting on pressure. He's not afraid to keep moving forward, but he needs to be careful.
Connor's hurt really bad. He's up.
And luckily for him, he did get up because his head health was not low enough to initiate. But
but it might be now. Oh, barely survives. His permanent head health is really low, though.
Rayan showing that his cage pressuring and his fighter IQ is really high. That reminds me of a Bathing Ash right there. He's literally pushing him against the cage and is throwing strikes and catching him. And
that's not where you want to be against Rayan. Let's just say that.
And not at all. And so Bugsy's going to need to adjust to make sure his back's not against the cage, but he also needs to make sure. Oh, nice coming out with a front kick, but it misses. And Rayan. All right, so overall, he's doing very well to push forward. Rayan is, and Bugsy doing his best to kind of counter, and he lands a wonderful.
Oh, he's down again. Masvidal. Rayan gets his back. Great job on that defensive effort there.
That was a wonderful slip, and that's not easy to do, folks. That's not easy to do at all.
Great denial there by McGregor.
But he ends up getting him down and back sitting, and that right there is a great fighter IQ as well. He understands the ground takedowns that are available to him, and just walked him backward. And sometimes you just need to do that and let your fighter take the fight to the ground, and that is possible. Wonderful transition denies from both of these competitors right now. But
he's staying calm. He's staying calm. He's not panicking, even though there's a full 3 minutes left in the round.
3 minutes and change to go in round.
Overall, I think
denies another one. He's kind of just chilling here and stopping Rayan. Rayan's losing some stamina and decides to stand up.
Yeah, but
stamina all the time on the ground, I guess.
well, overall, that was stood up by the ref because of it being a
Okay.
stalemate. That position, if both of the fighters are very strong, will most likely end up being that way. Bugsy right now coming forward with the jabs. He's breaking the block and looking for an overhand. Trying to finish it, and he's making sure that he's not getting pushed back. He's really defending that side of the octagon. He does not want to get pushed back to the cage again, knowing what will happen, and that was a wonderful slip straight.
Beautiful. Bugsy is turning it around. He's got to remember he has low permanent head health, but he doesn't care. He's throwing the pain right now.
Absolutely, and that was a lovely straight and lead hook to make that happen, and he goes for a takedown and it secures it, and now he's in side control, and knowing how these competitors have been fighting, he definitely has a great fighter IQ to make sure that he's going to block that, and this could be really bad, but Rayan does get out.
Big trouble for Rayan. We got a minute 37 left in the second round. Rayan, stamina disadvantage, on his back, starting to get beat up. Has a fair amount of head health, though. Just needs to hold on for about a minute 20 here. Side control. Use the body.
But again, the thing about this is that Rayan is not really punching a lot right now. He's just trying to go for a transition, and like I mentioned before, you need grappling advantage to make that happen. He does get out in the sprawl, but this right here is definitely, this is a great fight. This is an awesome co-main event, and like we said before, it is scheduled for 5, but I don't think it's going to make it there.
No, I don't think so either. Very strategic. Bugsy is fighting damn well, he's fighting a damn good fight, working that stamina, being smart, but again, either of these guys can get knocked out any second at this rate. Uh-oh, Masvidal's hurt bad. Connor's talking trash. But he's fighting back. Rayan ain't going down. Ain't going down like that. Nice! With the front kick to the face to end the round. He is not done yet.
What a statement. Overall, I mean, in this round, we saw a great adjustment there from McGregor, and we also saw Jorge. He did a wonderful job at making sure that, he tried to reserve some stamina. Oh, and that was amazing.
Oh, when he ducks it and gets hit in the face. This is big. This is crazy.
What a crazy stance.
These guys are pissed. These guys are after it right now.
And that was an awesome, lead leg high kick to a train. This fight here will be over.
No, Rayan gets up.
Wow, that was lucky. If he got put in the top mount, that probably would have been it. But he
I never lived in those situations. That was special. You got lucky there, but nice. Oh,
nice takedown.
Beautiful. Surviving.
Yeah, absolutely. And he gets into sprawl now. And now, most likely, we'll probably see Bugsy just wait to get his stand up here. But Masvidal, and he gets up because he doesn't have enough stamina to really do anything. A nice front kick again.
Absolutely.
And Bugsy is just pushing forward, man. He's just, I think what really did it was in that first round, Rayan just kept coming forward and doing that aggressive style. And that style is good in a short-term fight against somebody that you can kind of steamroll, but not with somebody that has the fighter IQ that's going to clinch you, wear your stamina down, and is, not afraid to push you back themselves. And
absolutely.
Sometimes pressuring.
Great kick to the liver there. Man, they are both hurt bad, but they are both firing back still. Big shots. Masvidal's wobbly. He's got like 10% stamina at most. Big kick to the body. Clinches him up. Uppercut. 2 minutes. About 2 minutes left here in this third round. A takedown attempt.
All right, some really grueling work here.
Wow, I've hardly seen anyone with this low stamina as Rayan right now.
That happens whenever you understand.
Yeah, and that right there, all it really is going to take is like one bad miss. And look at that, his literal stamina is underneath.
Game over. Good fight, man. This is a great fight. I enjoyed this fight a lot. Got a little at the end. Not sure what happened. We'll see this replay though. Hopefully, that was a really fun fight. I thought all props, both fighters, but being able to absorb that first rush by oh wow, that was just being able to olay that, take that pressure of Rayan and fire back.
Overall, the first round set the tone for the rest of the fight when we saw the high kick land from Bugsy. Because he knew where to stand, and he didn't throw it, obviously. So he didn't show it. He didn't he didn't reveal all of his cards right away. He survived the pressuring that could have ended him from Rayan, and I think he took a very, very good win here.
Very good win. Big win. It's got to be one of his wins of his career right there. And
that was a tough one.
It's a very dangerous and difficult game to try to survive that type of pressure. As I was commenting, in that first round, he lost probably 50% of his permanent head health. And it looked like it was some deep waters, and he was in trouble, but slowly but surely chipping it away, turning it around. Huge stamina advantage in the end, and that's really what counts sometimes. I mean, he outlasted him, and you saw it there.
Absolutely. Which brings us now to the main
event.
And before we finish up, any fight that really stood out to you for from
review of them, because I can't believe we've gone through 5 already. It's been a fun night. I thought, let's see, really the best fight so far was what we just saw with Rayan and Bugsy. Rayan, and really all credit to Bugsy for just not being overwhelmed, not letting the pressure of the big fight, probably his biggest fight to date, overwhelm him. And like you said, set the tone. I've been there. When you put someone on their butt in that first round, you're like, wow, I can hang. I can do damage. And it looked like that's what happened. Outlasted. But Rayan put up one hell of a fight. So far, that's the fight of the night. But really, almost all the fights have been really fun. Pressured Kayshawn, that was a fun one. Owl and Gavin. So CTT team, they're showing up tonight. Bugsy definitely getting that big win for them right there. So it's been a fun card. You got any particular ones you thought were great? I mean, what we just saw obviously was probably the best, but there's been a lot. What was one of your favorites so far? Maybe that submission by Tony Ferguson. I forgot who was playing with as that, but that submission by Tony was real nice.
And overall, I did think that was a wonderful one. I think that it. Unfortunately, I wish that I was seeing him fight against somebody that was a better grappler, but it was a good one. It was solid work, and I think it just showed that he had a good fighter IQ when it came to the grappling scene. He knew that he can get the arm triangle with the Peruvian necktie. Sorry, with the stamina being lower. But that co-main event was really good, and it showed and demonstrated the striking for both CTT in Kayshawn's fight with pressure and in Bugsy's fight with Rayan. They showed that their striking is there and that they really can do well with pressure.
Sure.
So overall, this card has been absolutely excellent. But now it is time for the main event of the evening.
Beautiful. Zayaf and Bayliun, let's do it.
So looking at who we have here right now, we see Bayliun is hovering over that Justin Gaethje pick, while Zion is on Khabib. I think once we'll see who these gentlemen pick, I'm excited.
Double fingers crossed, people, for a good ping. 180 isn't the ideal, but you can have a fight at that. We know that we're across the pond there to Bayliun. Double fingers crossed. We get some good latency. That's the only concern I have. Otherwise, this is going to be an epic fight, in my opinion.
A Poirier pick from Zion and from Zayaf. Sorry, not Zion. Zayaf and Dos Anjos pick.
Yeah, RDA versus Poirier. This will be fun. Well, look, Bailey has been putting in the work. How dare I say that he wasn't putting in the work? He's level 70. That's higher than I am. So Bayliun has been putting in the work. How dare I say he has not? He's going to prove me wrong. Zayaf. Let's see what happens here. With the bow, the respectful bow. Okay. At least no one took a cheap shot. Here we go. Zayaf imposing the pressure to start. This is a 5-round fight as well. Of course, for the title. Nice kick by Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
And I think that a big thing that we're watching here, right, is that Zayaf is coming forward with just jabs right now. He's feeling it out, and that's awesome from Bayliun to get that takedown.
Takedown, Bayliun.
That was very well. That was very well timed and earned. He moved his head down and he went for the takedown, and that was an awesome full guard attempt that he gets on.
Wow, I can't believe he got that. I don't know if he got caught slipping, got locked out on another denial, or what happened, but great little reversal there.
Absolutely. I think what really is what's really interesting is the fact that he did take it to the ground. I've never seen Bayliun nor Zayaf fight, so this is excellent to see their IQs kind of coming together and what we got here.
And I'm not seeing much lag either, so I hope they're not experiencing it either. It looks relatively smooth so far. Dustin going from the top, Zayaf not looking to make this a long fight. Of course, Impasta Zoni, if you look at it, that's Zayaf's account there on PS4. I think the top 20, at least top 50 on the leaderboard, so good stuff there. Nice! Got his back. Charlie just got out of it. I was about to ask you what advice you have for people when they get your back, but he already got out of that one.
So there's a few things that you can do in that situation, but we can certainly come and present a little bit because this action is nonstop.
Exactly.
And now he's getting up, and that's a nice lead hook there, and he caught him when he was trying to feint, and he goes for a straight uppercut there and doesn't get it. But now he's trying to, and I say this being Bayliun, he's trying to go and use his straights, use his jabs, and that was an awesome 1-2 high from Zayaf. But what I'm really looking at right now is stamina. That stamina is looking pretty suspicious for Zayaf.
He's off to a bad start. If this ends in 2-3 rounds, may not be a big deal, but it starts to add up quick. And I just saw it tick down a little bit more. I don't think Poirier wants to be on the bottom here. Only 40 seconds left, but he's going to take some damage and some stamina loss, it looks like.
And what you're not seeing is him rush into another half guard. He's kind of just waiting to see if Bayliun's going to go for another posture up position. Yeah. And he doesn't deny it, so he tried to post
Bayliun. Bayliun wanted to wait to this last 10 seconds, so that was
right.
But good defense though by Zayaf. Good stuff. Good back and forth.
Absolutely. So I think that the story of that first round was just the stamina difference between the two. I mean, overall, it's
neither of them was extremely efficient on the feet, throwing a lot of body kicks too close, for example. But we saw a little damage, and on the ground though, that takedown by Bayliun, and I think that's his game plan at this point. We'll see if he can put him back on his butt. Well, there we go, second round. See if they touch gloves. They do. The stamina doesn't look too bad for Poirier now at this point. He's got a gas tank.
He does, and so, but that it will, if he continues to come at him like that, and Bayliun, is able to, take these slips and like that, when he's strafing away, that is going to be something to watch out for. But that is a perfect lead hook to a straight that gives a rock for Zayaf. But the great fighter IQ from Bayliun to step away and and make sure that he's not caught in that action. So good job.
That patience, that experience, not panicking. That's what you got to do to be a champion. That's what he's going for right here.
Right, and so the thing about it is, he again, Poirier landed that lead hook. He went for a clinch and he gets strafed away. Bayliun's playing smart here, and I think that so is Zayaf. But it's right here. I think all the doubts when it came up to playing the Skyrim and the swords, definitely going out the window at this point.
Well, I got egg on my face like the first. I knew immediately. I probably should have said that, but he's definitely proving me wrong right now. Very high fighter IQ, as you like to say. And I don't know, Zayaf's a tough hombre, but he might be getting a little frustrated here. What do you think? You think his lack of experience, relatively speaking, at least, frustrated here?
I don't know. I think right now you're seeing that he's pressuring pretty well. He does land. I think his favorite combo right now is the lead hook straight. I've noticed that he's done that a few times, and he is breaking the block of RDA. But again, if you take a look at the stamina advantage, and that was a wonderful takedown, that defense from Zayaf coming from him. So it really just depends. It depends on how this goes going into the third round. If any big significant events happen like that, which definitely changes the tide, and he's going to pressure forward. And again, with the lead hook straight, he's landing that frequently and often. And he went for another lead hook, but got slipped there. So overall, Boiler, I feel like their striking is, similar. Poirier doing what he does best, which is pressuring and using his straight up boxing style to create openings and land efficiently, and that's not good.
Ooh, that's rough. That is rough.
And again, take a look at that stamina. That stamina of it. Oh, and he reverses it.
Nice. The transition. Most people don't even hardly know about that one.
I actually don't know that myself, and I know a lot of them. So that's excellent. I really want to learn that. So I just gotta spend some time. But overall, I'm thinking right now, Zayaf
catches a big. Zayaf again tonight. That's my theme. I'm totally getting egg on my face. As soon as I said he might be getting a little frustrated, he backs off a little bit and is getting some nice counters, including a couple of rocks. So Zayaf gathered himself. It looks like.
Absolutely. And you know what a big thing is? I feel like if he plays this third round safe, maybe just throw jabs here and there, teep kick, stay away. Zayaf really could reserve his stamina very well. But the same goes from Bayliun. Because look at that stamina. That's really high up.
Yep, you're right.
And that's pretty high up. But RDA's stamina is going to kind of outlast at this point because he's not throwing as frequently. And that is a significant game changer. And as you can see, he's moving his head. He's trying to create openings with the head movement, and he's making Zayaf miss. What
he needs to worry about is his head health. I guess the stamina game, but I mean, look at that head health. Just one strike from Dustin brings it down 30-40%. That's asking to get knocked out. So,
and his block health
is even here. It's pretty even.
And that's the thing, right? Even with all the rocks, I would give Zayaf the last round, but if you really take a look at this, the block damage that is going on. Oh,
nice!
And that was a wonderful.
This is a big.
He bailed on the single leg attempt, and he came up with these lovely elbows, and then landed that combination to cause the rock. So it's really the stamina. If this is a long game, Bayliun can come back. If it is a short, if he continues to take the damage from Zayaf,
Bayliun's pushing forward to gain that respect, but almost a little too much. In my opinion, he's taking a lot of damage. But
he's also doing well to strafe away from these strikes, right? So, like as you saw, he's doing good to pace this out. He's in again. This is just a good fighter IQ, and that was a lovely teep kick.
Yeah,
stepping to the side. But
missed a couple takedowns. I figured he would employ ground game and maybe some clinch game a little more. Bayliun would, especially success first round. He really hasn't. Zayaf again did stuff a couple, but I figured Bayliun would be going to the ground a lot more. Oh, he's dragged down. Wow.
And that was a good takedown right there. And again, we're now in this place of high fighter IQ. They both know that pretty much this can become a stalemate position on the ground because unless the other person is hasty in this situation, then it really doesn't go. And as you saw, it's pretty even. And Bayliun right there, he went to go for full guard using the cover hand, but did not get it. And as you can see, he's able to cause a stalemate.
There, I guess. Oh, you got to be patient there. If they got your back, that's your best option, I guess, huh?
Oh, 100%. I mean, because there's no real point. If they get your back, punch them in the face, and you can feint a few transitions if you really want and try to bait them into.
Left hand. He's gone. He's done.
I think that would be it. Unless he can.
Man! Perfect. He survived. We've surviving tonight. But look at his stamina. Look at his head health. RDA is hurting bad.
And now this is a problem. But what a wonderful top mount transition. Beautiful. With 10 seconds left on the clock. So here's what I'm noticing, right? Like a big thing that I was talking about going into this round was the stamina. But the stamina will not matter if you continue to get rocked because your stamina will go lower. You're just taking a beating like this. If he really wants to make a big difference here, he's going to need to change up what he's doing. Maybe attack on the ground. Maybe he looks for more counters. Maybe he goes on the offensive. But right now, Zyaf is pressuring very well, throwing appropriate hands, and landing the significant strikes.
Zyaf's being really smart here, picking them apart, not presenting major counter opportunities or even takedown opportunities, anything like that. So he's fighting very smart. Look at him pumping that double jab. That's beautiful. I love to see that myself.
Absolutely, and if you look at the block, it's just low, and you don't. And when you do something like that, you're pretty much setting up for a big combination later on. But again, this is the 4th round, so he's playing it safer. He's not really going for these big.
Nice.
Oh,
wow.
that was excellent.
Better than it landed, but that shows Bayliun is still very dangerous.
Absolutely, and that was a wonderful body kick. But unfortunately, because he didn't have a lot of stamina, it didn't do much. And nice, he pushes him back, and that was a great lead hook. And it looks like this could be a big problem. And this might be it for him, boys. And that's it.
Oh, game over. Great fight, and still UFL champion Zyaf. Great job, Zyaf, defending that belt. Bayliun came to fight. Great fight. Both of y'all, big props. Really honored to call you guys' fight.
100%. And I think that, overall, this was a very methodical fight. There was a good pace here. Nobody was really going and pushing too much. But I think that Zyaf was the aggressor here. He knew that the power of Poirier's hands, he could brawl with RDA, land more of the significant strikes as he did. And on the ground, he did good.
So impressed with how Zyaf kind of turned around after that first round, gathered himself, realized, look, I need to start fighting a little smarter, a little more conservatively, but also keep the pressure up. Finding that balance is tough, but he did a great job of it.
Absolutely, he did. And this fight card right here, I think, was just fantastic. It really
it went so fast, but there was so many good fights, a lot of good action, and great fighters, man. It's over. Can you believe it?
It's over. And you know what? I'm very happy to have had this opportunity to commentate with you. I think the fight of the night for me, I definitely think the co-main event would take that. I think at least for the knockout, it was excellent, especially because we thought it was going to go 5 rounds. Overall, what are your thoughts, man?
It's tough. It was a title fight, and Zyaf did have some adversity, but I'm still going to give my personal fight of the night to Rayan and Bugsy. That was great back and forth. But this main event, this title fight, was worth the price of admission. $0, but still worth the price of admission. Tons of fun. Bayliun, egg on my face, made me look like a jerk. You put in the time, you put in the work. Great showing. Zyaf, top-notch guy. Zyaf, keep up the winning streak. Keep up the tough work, man. You're making
his second defense or his first defense? I'll be honest, I'm not too sure.
I believe it's his first defense. I think, to be honest, I believe it's his first defense, and he won against Rayan. Maybe I'm missing one there, but hey, man, each defense is special.
Absolutely, and I think this was a wonderful card. It showed a lot of skill from all. We saw things from clinch work to groundwork to expert striking. This is the ESFL. And that's all from me. But big thing is make sure that you guys go follow these great people if they have streaming accounts, YouTubes and Twitch accounts. You can follow me on Twitch as well. Follow the ESFL if you're not already. Make sure that you guys put notifications on so you can see when we're on next. And what is that? The Saturday card is the next one?
Saturday, it's going to be the PlayStation 4 Grand Prix. The top 8 are going to be fighting it out for $250 in cash prizes. It's going to be sick.
Which is, I think it's going to be just fantastic.
So many awesome guys. I mean, I don't have the bracket in front of me, but we're talking Kinetic, Romero. Now I'm drawing a blank on all these guys. Cowlin, he beat me, so I remember that name for sure. Several other awesome guys. I mean, it's the who's who, really, of the PS4.
And you can be a part of this as well. If you want to get involved, you sign up on the Discord and demonstrate your skill, and you can get involved in these UFL fights. If you think that you're better than people and you want to get involved with commentary, you want to get involved in the other things, we're a very open community. Tryouts for sure, but at the end of the day, we want you as involved in this because this is about you, and without you guys, this wouldn't exist.
Absolutely. Big shout out to everyone that helped put this together. There's a lot of people that do a lot of hard work in the background, organizing the events and stuff. So shout out to those guys too.
Absolutely. And I just want to thank Unnoticed Legacy for his production work today. Thank you very much, sir. You did a very good job.
It was great.
And overall, that's it from us. And thank you so much for joining the ESFL, and hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Good one, guys.